Welcome to the Haynes Museum. If you came to the DriveTribe live event, you will actually know more about what's in there than we do, because we're about 3 months into the past and we are building the DriveTribe exhibition at the Haynes Museum. We've never done anything like this before, but just in that room there will be a whole load of DriveTribe and Richard Hammond classics that you will be able to come and visit. The DriveTribe exhibition will be in this part of the museum, which is the mini exhibition, full of these stunning little cars, but they'll be moving elsewhere in the museum, and we'll have DriveTribe favourites, Richard Hammond favourites, filling this room. So right now the Haynes team are currently moving the minis out to relocate them around the Haynes Museum. Most of the cars moved out of this room now. This section will be cleared too, and we'll just have to use our imaginations for now to see the DriveTribe exhibition coming to fruition. But in the coming few weeks, this will be completely transformed and DriveTribe will have its own little bit at the Haynes Motor Museum. We will check back in a few weeks to see how things are going. We are back after a few weeks and the DriveTribe exhibition is looking phenomenal. So Luca, you are the museum curator here at Haynes Motor Museum. What does that mean?
So that's everything collections and exhibitions based, from making sure that we look after these cars on a day-to-day basis to project managing and installing exhibitions. Okay, and does that mean you get to pick some of the cars that come into the museum? We have a collections committee which do make those final decisions, but I get to make suggestions based on what people offer us, yeah. Okay, what's the best bit of being a museum curator? Oh, I think it's the variety, seeing different things as well, and just, yeah, being able to enjoy this amazing collection. Well, this is the red room. This is absolutely insane. That XKSS over there, I'm not going to even think about how valuable that one is over there. So how did this insane collection come apart? Was it just Mr. Haynes just buying here and there? Or how has this happened? So the museum began in 1985. John Haynes, who wrote the Haynes manuals, so he had a collection of around 30 vehicles, and the story goes that he wanted to find one of his Jaguars for a drive one day. They're all in different lockups and garages, and he couldn't find the one that he wanted to get out. Poor guy, poor guy. So as well as having all of his collection in one place, he also wanted to make sure that it was almost given to the nation for future generations to enjoy as well. So he founded the charity, and they were all donated to the charity, and from there. And how's it been sorting out the DriveTribe exhibition? It looks amazing already, but there's still lots of work to do, right? Yeah, there's a few more final things to put in there, and the vehicles as well, but it's been really, really fun. Okay, and something quite different for Haynes, right? Having a YouTube channel, social media aspect to this museum. Definitely, and having something that's contemporary and present day and now rather than historic as well. It's been a really fun challenge to have. What has been the trickiest thing from your side with this DriveTribe exhibition? Has there been any challenging bits to it? I think one of the challenges has been, because the cars are going to change over the 2-year lifetime of the exhibition, making sure that the interpretation works for different cars in that space. Usually we start an exhibition by looking at the cars that we have or the objects that we have and writing the interpretation around it. Here we've had to kind of go from the other way around. Yeah. So why, from the Haynes Motor Museum perspective, why were you looking to take on a kind of social media side to the museum? I think it's, from the curator side and the museum side of things, it's all about widening our audiences. Cool. So looking at new audiences, engaging with new audiences as well. And it's something that we can, definitely use to engage a lot more audiences. And then, not to blow our own trumpet, but why DriveTribe? Why pick
our channel out of any other that you could have picked from?
I think when we had a meeting, when we had one of the initial meetings, you said about the zero judgment petrol head.
Exactly.
I think that's really, really important. I think we've got exactly the same ethos and values about, there's no judgment, it's just enjoying that passion for cars.
That's it. I've turned off on my Rover today, and that's the epitome of just driving what you like and being passionate about
and
it.
you like it, and that's what's important about it, isn't
Exactly.
it? It's like,
I can't see it in here anytime soon, but you never know.
It could possibly, yeah.
Luca, if you were to pick one car to grab the keys and take for the weekend, not just in the Red Room, anywhere in the museum, what are you picking?
I really like the look of the Stingrays in the American Dream Hall. I know apparently they don't handle too well, but I would really like to be able to drive one of those.
Okay, well, my favourite car is just round the corner there. We'll get to that in a bit. I couldn't believe when I first saw it in here. It is my absolute dream car. Thank you so much for your hard work, and I can't wait to see how it goes from where it is now. It looks amazing, but I imagine come DriveTribe Live, it's going to be insane. So thank you so much.
That's okay, it's going to be very exciting, definitely.
Vicky, you're the head of design here at Haynes. I cannot thank you enough for how amazing that, and we're not even finished yet, but even so far, it looks absolutely phenomenal. How's it been creating the DriveTribe exhibition here?
It's been really great. I've really enjoyed it. It's been lovely working with a different brand that I can sort of really bring in, and it's felt quite different because we've been talking with your tone of voice instead of more of a museum tone of voice that we would in other parts of the museum, which has been nice. And it being more of that living exhibition, being that you might need some of the cars some days.
Yeah.
And the fact that we might switch them in and out, it's meant that I've been able to, instead of talk about specific cars like I would do elsewhere, and talk about the sense of place or time, instead I've been able to talk about DriveTribe as a whole and the essence of DriveTribe and the sort of excitement people feel. I want to really bring that in, and hopefully that's actually worked, and I've managed to do that.
It's cool. I've been asked to type up certain things and remember certain bits of DriveTribe history, but it's all just been in our Slack channels and work, and to suddenly see it all and be like, oh, that's why I was asked what happened in April 2017, or something like that. That's a slight giveaway. There is a lovely timeline. We'll give them that. We're not going to show you anything else too much, but there is an amazing timeline of literally DriveTribe from the start to where we are now.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much it's changed. I think the scariest thing is the life-size images of all the presenters.
Yes.
Thankfully, Izzy's only 4'10", so she's sort of manageable, but suddenly looking at my twin on the wall is, apart from the skirting board, I'm 6'3".
I've given you a step, yes.
Yeah. I'm always pissed off I'm 5'10", but I'm at least 6'2" through there. So what, from where we are now, so very nearly finished, to the finish, what do you still need to crack on with in there?
So we're going to have something really cool that's going to be on the floor that we haven't put down yet, which we're going to go down the next couple of weeks just before the cars come in. And just a couple of other finishing touches, but generally all walls are done, and it's exciting.
Is it your favourite exhibition you've ever done at the Haynes Motor Museum?
Ever. It's great.
Ever.
Ever.
So Vicky, this exhibition being quite different to ones you've done before, have there been any challenges, any hicks along the way?
So the difference between other parts of the museum and this specific room is we've got a lot of height.
Okay.
It's about over 5 meters tall.
Because there used to be minis literally hanging from the roof.
Yes, they did. And so I really wanted to keep using that height. So actually I designed it to use floor to ceiling space. And then actually when we had to deal with actually doing that, we had to get scissor lift in and go up and down and get it sorted, which was really fun to watch happen actually. You really saw it change, and I really love being able to do that. I think an upcoming challenge will be getting those cars in, being that we've tried to get as many as possible in the room as we can. So I think it's going to be a bit of a game of Tetris to get them all in and into their positions.
Should we start hanging cars from the roof? That seems to be the key to that room.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what car. I don't think any of our cars look good enough underneath. Otherwise, we'll just be exposing the world to some shitty cars.
Yes, you definitely. All you're going to see is the underneath of it, but that'll be interesting.
And in terms of the condition of the cars, how, is there a certain standard we need to keep to? Well, we need to sort of keep on top of what the DriveTribe cars look like, because some of them coming from the Grand Tour are absolutely battered.
Yeah.
But I guess they have that history, and if we mended it, we kind of take away. So is there levels to what a car can look like in this museum?
I think because it's your cars, and I think those holes where the cameras were attached and things like that, that's the story of the car. And I think other cars in here have different stories, but that to me is part of the DriveTribe story. So I think that is really important. It's good.
So this is going to be the entrance. Is
Yep.
there anything going to be kind of added here, or is it just going to be sort of drive to sign, and you're straight in?
Straight in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be like stretched over an archway or something beckoning people in.
We'll hang you a hammock and you can just hang up there whenever you want.
Okay. Well, yeah, as I've said before with Luca, I cannot wait to see this completely finished. And yeah, fingers crossed the car logistics go all smoothly. They all fit.
Yes.
And we're all good. But yeah, thank you for your work. It's been amazing.
Thank you. It's been great.
From outside the museum, you can see exactly where the exhibition is going to be. And I can have a peek in. So there's no cars in there, but there's some really cool schematics. I can see a very large mic in there, and imagine all the other presenters are going to be in there. It's very exciting. So if you want to come to our DriveTribe Live event, meet me, Richard, Ben, Izzy, the whole DriveTribe crew, all of our cars, and also come and see the DriveTribe exhibition at the Haynes Motor Museum, click the link in the description below and get your tickets. It's going to be such a sick day. The next move is getting all of our cars into there.